This is not a coincidence. This is not something random. This is divine alignment. And I, the Lord your God, have summoned your spirit to this very moment for a reason that cannot be ignored. My voice is calling out across time and space, reaching deep into your soul, because there is something I must tell you. Now I have watched over you, I have defended you, I have sent my angels to surround you, even when you didn't know they were near. But today, something far more urgent has brought me to speak this word to you directly. Archangel Michael has been standing guard, sword drawn, eyes burning with fire, waiting to sound this alarm. And now I give him permission. Speak, Michael. 2 minutes. That's how long I've waited before telling you this, because heaven never acts late. You are not just seeing this randomly. You are not scrolling past this like any other message. This moment is heaven's broadcast to your spirit. And Michael says, this is not a joke. What you're about to read is not entertainment, not suggestion, not exaggeration. This is a divine emergency. A private investigator has been caught. He was hired, and not by a stranger. He was paid to dig into your life, to expose something sacred, and to report back to someone close to you, someone you once trusted. My child, hear me clearly. There has been a secret investigation surrounding your life. Someone wanted to know everything: your moves, your dreams, your finances, your relationship, your prayers, your pain. But what they didn't realize was that I, the Lord, protect what is mine. What they didn't see was the fire of my spirit encircling you like a consuming wall. They watched you, they wrote things down, they even fabricated lies, but I exposed them, I revealed it, and now the identity of the one who sent him is no longer hidden. Do not take this lightly. Do not say to yourself, oh, this is for someone else. No, this is for you. It's personal, it's urgent, and it's real. You must open your eyes now, because someone has been trying to alter your future from behind the scenes. And I saw it. The investigator, he wasn't just anyone. He was skilled, he was quiet, he had access to things even you don't know are being watched. And yet my angel bound him in the middle of the night. He was caught, his notebook, his phone, his recordings, all exposed. And Michael says, this is the justice of the Lord. You will not be mocked. You will not be used. You will not be manipulated any longer. But it's not just about the private investigator. It's about the one who sent him. The one whose heart was once warm toward you but became envious. This person, yes, the one you keep giving excuses for, is the same one who wanted you stopped. They smiled to your face, but in private, they signed an agreement to tear you apart piece by piece. They were never sent by me. They entered your life during a vulnerable time, and instead of guarding you, they began studying how to destroy you. You were never meant to suffer like this. You were never meant to doubt your own intuition. But every time I whispered, "Be careful," you said, "Maybe I'm just overthinking." My child, you were never overthinking. That was me. That was my voice. That was my warning. And now I shout so loudly that your spirit must wake up and hear this. The mask is off. The trap has failed, and heaven is moving in your favor. Michael says you were too kind, you gave too many chances, but now I'm stepping in. I am the Lord of hosts, and I defend the broken, the betrayed, the righteous, the wounded. They hired someone to destroy your future, but instead, I'm building you a palace of peace and vindication. They will watch what I do next in your life and not be able to stop it. But listen carefully. You must separate. You must disconnect from certain environments now. Some of the things you've been clinging to, people, places, patterns, they are part of the setup. That investigator was tracking who you call, where you go, and how long you stay. They were trying to find the weak link in your chain, but I broke the chain. I scattered the spies. I blinded the watchers because your anointing is too rare to be stolen. My child, this is not a season to doubt. This is a season to act. You are entering the most strategic time of your destiny, and that's why this attack came. They could sense you were shifting into your divine moment. That's why they tried to sabotage it. They thought if they could just find one more weakness, one more mistake, one more failure, they could use it against you. But I say, no more. The very person who paid the price for your downfall is about to pay the price for your rising, and I, the Lord, will see to it that they cannot touch you again. The veil has been lifted, the liar has been silenced, and now I will elevate you. Michael says, prepare. There is a door opening that no man can shut, but you must move now. Delay no longer. Procrastination is a weapon of your enemy. You must be alert, you must be clean, you must be bold, because what you are about to step into requires separation and sanctification. The blessings coming are too pure to be poured into corrupted hands. This is your time to say goodbye to double-mindedness. This is your moment to stop pretending you don't see the truth. You have known. I have shown you. I even made your body react to their presence. That discomfort wasn't coincidence, it was discernment. You've had dreams, you've seen shadows, you felt the chill in conversations that should have felt warm. That was me warning you. I was pulling back the curtain. You are not paranoid. You are protected, and that protection required exposure. So now I've exposed the plan. The investigator has been detained. The sender has been identified. And you are being released from the spiritual web they tried to entangle you in. My fire is consuming the false agreements. My wind is scattering the enemy's strategy. My angels are breaking the invisible handcuffs that have kept you in spiritual delay, and I am commanding you to move forward. You are not the same person you were when they started spying on you. You've grown, you've bled, you've prayed, you've survived things even you can't explain, and now you are being elevated beyond their reach. There's a covering being placed over your mind right now. It will keep the manipulation out. There's a wall of fire being placed around your emotions right now. It will keep the toxic words away. There's a seal of favor being branded onto your forehead right now. It will attract only those I have approved. Listen to me, child. This is not about revenge. This is about release. You are not going to fall for the trap of bitterness. You are not going to return to the cycle of confusion. You are going to walk in the clarity of divine protection. I'm sending people into your life who carry light. I'm cutting away the ones who carry darkness. Do not cry over what I remove. Cry tears of joy over what I'm about to give. Michael says there are documents being opened in heaven right now. Your name is on them. These are the blueprints of your next level. There's a divine relocation, divine confirmation, and divine restoration in motion. And none of this was possible until the spy was exposed. Now that the investigator has been caught, I am authorizing acceleration. You'll begin to notice strange things. People suddenly distancing themselves. Opportunities suddenly appearing. Your energy levels rising. Your mood shifting. That's not random. That's alignment. I'm pulling you into divine alignment, and I will not allow the delay to continue. My child, the attacks you've been facing were not because of who you were. They were because of who you are becoming. Your name carries power in the spirit. That's why they whispered it in rooms you were never invited into. That's why they tried to gather intel about you. They were afraid. Afraid of your gift, afraid of your calling, afraid that you would figure it out. And now that you have, there's no going back. You are moving forward with fire. You are walking with angels. You are rising with purpose. And no demon in hell can touch what I've now sealed. So hear me one last time. This is not a joke. This is a final warning to your enemies. This is a sacred instruction to you. Do not ignore this message. Do not silence your spirit. Open your eyes, embrace the truth, disconnect from destruction, and let me finish the good work I've started in you, because you are about to step into the life they tried to steal. And I will be with you every step, every hour, every breath, forever. Amen. This is not a joke. I have waited for 2 minutes to tell you this. You were not supposed to scroll. You were not supposed to doubt. This moment is not an accident. This is not coincidence. This message was created in the heavens before you even woke up this morning. The alarm that disturbed your sleep, the voice that pulled your spirit to this very message, that was me, God, and I say this again. This is not a joke. Archangel Michael has already descended with the confirmation. A private investigator has been caught. You weren't supposed to find out this way, but I had to override everything because time is now short. I am the Lord your God, and I am calling you out of deception, out of confusion, out of the trap that was carefully set around you. Someone has been digging into your life, someone you trusted, someone you smiled at recently. They knew you had favor. They knew you were chosen, but instead of celebrating what I placed on your life, they chose to uncover you. They hired someone to trace your conversations. Yes, this is not a metaphor. A literal private investigator was assigned to you. They knew where you walked, what time you got home, who you texted, and even the things you searched, but they didn't expect the heavens to respond this fast. That is why I have commanded this message to reach you now, because I love you more than the schemes against you. The angels were watching. They saw the setup before it began. There was a moment 2 nights ago when your heart felt anxious, and you didn't know why. That was me, tugging at your soul, trying to awaken your awareness. You were being watched. Your emotions were being recorded. Someone knew how to trigger you, and they passed that information to a stranger. They thought if they could study you well enough, they could control your next step. But I, the Lord your God, have stepped in, and this message is my announcement to the enemy. Your trap has failed. Archangel Michael stands by your door now. You do not see him, but he is armed. He has been given orders to block every unseen monitoring spirit and silence the voices that have whispered about you in private rooms because they did not know that you are under divine covenant. They saw your smile, but they missed your armor. They saw your vulnerability, but they forgot who walks with you. You have not been forgotten. In fact, the private investigator they hired was spiritually confronted in their sleep. Yes, Archangel Michael visited them, and when they woke up, they couldn't breathe for a moment. They confessed, a name was revealed, and I am exposing this to you, not to scare you, but to prepare you, because something major is shifting. They thought you were weak, but you were just quiet. They thought you were alone, but you were actually surrounded. I have been watching. Not one word they typed was hidden from me. Every camera that pointed in your direction, yes, even the ones in the hands of friends, was marked, and now it is reversed. The private investigator was caught because I commanded heaven's surveillance to trace them back. They found your face, but I covered your spirit. They tried to track your mind, but I shielded your thoughts. You are not who they assumed you to be. You are not just a person. You are a divine assignment. You are under angelic protection, and this war against you has been declared a losing battle. There's more. The person who hired this investigator has lied to you before. You trusted them. You may have eaten with them. They asked innocent questions. They smiled at your victories, but they secretly recorded your answers, mentally or physically. And the reason? Jealousy disguised as curiosity. They never truly celebrated you, but they couldn't leave you either. You were their obsession. You became their silent threat, and instead of elevating themselves, they tried to reduce you. But I, your God, have said, no more. Today is your line in the sand. Today, I reveal the roots of this storm. You are not crazy. The feelings you felt, the doubts that haunted you, the strange encounters, they were not random. They were coordinated attacks, and I'm uncovering them all. The private investigator confessed something before running. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Are you ready for the path he chose for you? Have you ever wondered if the steps you take are by your own design or directed by a higher force? Today, I invite you to consider a profound possibility. What if your journey to this very moment was orchestrated from above? You didn't just stumble upon this message, you were guided here. It's not about coincidence. It's about destiny. It's about the path our Creator has designed specifically for you. I know in our everyday hustle, it's easy to feel like we're in full control. We plan, strive, and often struggle, trying to steer our life towards what we think is best. Yet sometimes we find ourselves facing unexpected outcomes, feeling lost or even disappointed by the choices we've made. Why is that? It's simple. We often forget to listen. We think we know better than the force that created us, that guides us, that wants nothing but the best for us. But what if today you chose differently? What if today you chose to trust in the path that has been laid out for you? I'm talking about a journey towards true abundance, health, wealth, and love. A journey that begins with the 77-letter invocation prayer. This isn't just any prayer. It's a divine message encoded with the power to alter your life dramatically. Just as it has for thousands who were humble enough to embrace the path destined for them. Those who have used this prayer have seen doors open in ways they never imagined possible, all through the power of divine intervention. In the next 60 seconds, you could start to redefine your future. Are you ready to accept the journey laid out for you? Are you ready to see changes in your life in the form of wealth, abundance, love, and health flowing towards you simply because you chose to believe? This is your moment, your crossroads. Choose to free yourself from doubt, trust in the path chosen for you, and watch as your life transforms. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret of Forwandufen. Click here to unlock the power of the 77-letter invocation prayer. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. They admitted that there is a second name. Someone else is involved, someone who pretends to be distant from you, but they are secretly tied to the one who started this. You may not know their role yet, but you will soon. I will not allow this game to continue. They thought they were watching you, but now heaven is watching them. You are not to confront anyone yet. Do not move out of panic. Your steps are now under new divine guidance. Even the next words you speak must be guarded because the enemy is not expecting you to rise calmly. They expect chaos, they expect fear, but what they will see is favor, unshakable, undeniable, unapologetic favor, because you are stepping into your revealing season. The same people who tried to destroy your credibility will soon have to admit you were marked by God all along. I have chosen this moment, yes, this exact moment, to put your name on the record of victory. The delays in your life were connected to this surveillance. Your prayers for breakthrough were blocked by spiritual sabotage, but not anymore, because the chains are falling, the watchers are scattering, and you are being repositioned. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the silence you kept was wisdom. Your quietness was not weakness. It was warfare. And now that the enemy has shown their hand, You will no longer walk blind. Do not fear their connections. Do not fear their rumors. The private investigator has already begun erasing files. Why? Because they saw the angel, because they felt the judgment, and because they heard this decree from heaven. Touch not my anointed, and do my prophet no harm. You are not to look behind anymore. From this moment I will show you names, I will send dreams, and in some cases I will cause sudden confession from mouths that never thought they'd speak. Do not panic. That is my justice arriving. That is my light overtaking darkness. Some will say sorry, but not because they repented, only because they were exposed. You will know the difference. I will give you discernment to distinguish the genuine from the manipulative. And yes, I will restore what was delayed. This is your turn now. While they watched you to find weakness, I watched you to prepare glory. You are entering a restoration that makes no sense to your enemies. It will happen without warning. It will happen despite sabotage. And it will happen in front of the very ones who plotted your downfall. Because this is how I show my children they are loved. I lift them in the presence of betrayal. The investigation has ended. The angels have finished the tracing, and I am handing you a key. It's not physical, it's spiritual. It's a key to closed doors that will now open. A key to silent rooms that held your name in secret discussions. But most importantly, it is the key to the next chapter, where you are no longer the victim, but the victor. Take this message seriously. Take this moment seriously. You were never meant to be destroyed. The setup was the signal, the attack was the announcement, and the exposure of the private investigator. That was my alarm clock to wake you up and release your promotion. I am your God, and I do not lie. Archangel Michael has already declared it done. The report is clear, your name is cleared, your spirit is covered, your enemies are revealed, and your destiny is protected. Do not skip this message. Read it again. Let your soul absorb it. Let your spirit arise, because this time you are not just surviving, you are stepping into divine justice and unstoppable favor. This is not a joke. This is your confirmation. This is not a joke. I have been waiting for 2 minutes to tell you this, and every second you hesitate brings you closer to a truth that has been hidden for too long. This message is not like anything you've read before, and it is not meant for everyone. It is just for you. Yes, you. I, the Lord your God, am speaking to you directly. You may feel chills down your spine or a sudden weight in your chest. That's not fear, that's awakening. I have watched you walk through fire, smile through betrayal, and remain silent when your soul was screaming. Now I cannot remain silent. Archangel Michael has stood beside you all these nights while you thought you were alone. This is divine interception. Read every word slowly. Don't rush, don't scroll, don't skip, because something serious has just happened, something that changes everything. You were being watched for months, maybe longer. There were footsteps you ignored, glances you thought were harmless, messages that made you feel uneasy, and now you know why. A private investigator was caught. Not just any investigator. This one was hired to trace every movement, every call, every conversation you had with someone they didn't want you to talk to. Yes, the person behind this was someone close, someone you trusted, or perhaps someone who used to love you. But God says what they planned for harm is now exposed. And that's why this message is urgent. Because while they were busy watching you, they forgot something powerful. You are not alone. Heaven watches over you. Heaven records the schemes of men and the whispers of women. And today, those recordings have reached my ears. I tell you this now because you are about to make a decision that will change your destiny. You were about to reconnect with someone you thought had changed, but Archangel Michael says they haven't. In fact, the person you think is reaching out in peace is tied to the very one who hired the investigator. This is deeper than gossip. This is war in the spirit. There are forces trying to distract you from the path I have placed you on. Do not be moved by apologies. Do not be fooled by sudden affection. Even if they bring you flowers, a gift, a call at midnight, it is not love. It is strategy. They're trying to confuse your spirit so you won't see what I am revealing. The person who hired the private investigator is someone who once heard your dreams. Someone who sat with you and said, I want to see you win. But when you started rising, when you started glowing again, they panicked. They told themselves, how could this person still shine after everything I did? They needed control. They needed to feel important. So they began watching, following, digging. And when their fear turned into obsession, they reached out to someone dangerous. Someone who get the job done quietly. But nothing done in darkness remains hidden from me. My angels disrupted their plans. That's why they're nervous now. That's why some people around you are acting strange. It's because heaven just pulled the curtain back. Now listen carefully. This message is not a warning to make you afraid. This message is a rescue. Because just when they thought they had you cornered, I moved. I stepped into time. I sent Archangel Michael to intercept the path of destruction. That private investigator, they were caught at the exact moment they were about to plant something against you. A false record, a misleading message, a fake document. But my angel intervened. You didn't see it, but in the realm of the spirit, it was warfare. Heaven collided with earth, and you were protected. Now I want you to be careful. There's someone who will try to tell you that this message is just coincidence. Don't believe them. That voice is not from me. That voice is distraction. You were chosen to receive this message because I have plans for you, and the enemy knows it. That's why they're scared. That's why they're trying so hard. But let me speak to your heart now. You have nothing to fear when you walk with me. Even though the arrows were aimed at your back, they could not pierce your destiny. Even though they watched your every move, they could not predict the protection you walk in. That's because you belong to me. You always have. Now Archangel Michael says this: There is one more thing to expose. There is someone close to you pretending not to know what's going on. They're pretending they don't know who hired the investigator, but they know. They were part of the plan. They're trying to act neutral, pretending to be your friend, but my spirit says they're holding a secret in their mouth, and it's about to fall out. You'll hear them slip. It might be in the next 24 hours, or maybe on a call, a message, a pause too long. When it happens, remember this moment, because I will confirm everything I'm saying. And when I do, don't argue, don't debate, just walk away. This is your protection season. I am removing the masks, even the beautiful ones, even the ones you loved, because I would rather you be lonely and covered than surrounded and betrayed. Don't cry over the ones I'm removing. Don't panic when I shut doors. Some of those doors were entry points for spiritual attack. I have given you grace, but now I give you truth. The truth is not everyone can go with you to the next level. I am separating wheat from weeds. I am cleansing your name. The lies they tried to create, I am burning them. The evidence they were gathering, I am deleting it from every file, every system, every device. Divine interference. Now you may ask me, Lord, why now? Why tell me this today? Because this week, someone is going to try again, but this time with a different face, a new approach, a new story. Don't fall for it because they have a new plan. Emotional bait. They will try to use your empathy. They will try to use guilt. But my spirit says if you go back, it will delay your blessing by 7 years. Yes, 7, because what's ahead of you is tied to your obedience. I've prepared something large, a place, a relationship, a platform, something you don't even feel ready for. But that's why I need your full focus. No distractions, no spies around you, no manipulators near your future. This is divine lockdown. Protection before promotion.